welcome to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my tortilla chips. This is probably one of my favorite snacks to have along with like my guacamole or my salsa, or just to like snack by itself. They're just so delicious. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you're going to take a baking sheet and you're just going to line it with aluminum foil. This is going to make your cleanup a lot easier, trust me. Okay, so now I'm going to run you through what you're going to need. So you're going to need some tortilla chips. You can use whatever you like. These are whole wheat. You can use flour tortillas, whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. You're going to need some vegetable oil, the juice of, I would say, probably like half a teaspoon. So a couple sprinkles of lime juice. You're going to need chili powder, cumin, dried parsley, and then salt and pepper. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do. You're going to take your vegetable oil, and then you're just going to put, I eyeball it, but I'm going to have like the measurements for you on my website. Okay, so if you are familiar with oil, you know that the lime juice is going to separate a little bit from the oil, which is fine because that's what we're looking for. Okay, we're just going to just like that. So we're going to set this aside, and then now we're going to assemble our little creation of spices. So I'm going to put everything into my little ramekin here so that we can mix it all well, because this is going to be the spices that you're going to sprinkle on top of your chip. You're going to do pretty generous sprinkling of pepper, and then some salt. Don't forget the salt. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to give this a nice stir. Look how nice that is. It already smells good too. The spices together. Some people love like the smell of flowers. I love the smell of chili powder. All right, so what you're gonna do now is, to make this easier for yourself, you're gonna take one wrap at a time, and you're just gonna, I use a pastry brush, but you can use whatever. Just gonna put some oil on it. This is not only gonna flavor your tortilla with the lemon juice, because vegetable oil, it's kind of doesn't really have a taste, so it's not really going to do much but help your spices stick. So this is going to help your the lemon juice actually stick to your tortilla. There we go. And then you're just going to layer one on top of the other, because then it's going to be easier for you to cut your tortilla into little pieces, into little tortilla chips. That. Then you just flip it, and look at, you don't even have to add anything extra because it's flavored from the bottom. Try to just put them as nice as possible, but really, who's judging? Nobody. Have a little bit of dried parsley, I think. Look at that. The oil is also going to help your tortilla get nice and crispy, because these are going to be baked. We're not going to fry these. So, going to get nice and crispy. But trust me, you are not going to lose any of that crunchiness that you would with like a baked tortilla. You're still going to have that nice crunch with this. Look at that. Last one. Just make sure this one has enough coating, which it does. Okay, we're gonna set this to the side now, and What I like to do is I like to do them all at once to cut them, because to cut each wrap individually, no one has time for that. So I kind of just make them into like little pizza slices, but you can do squares, you can do whatever you want. This is just how, see, like you can do like a little square, whatever floats your boat. I should probably flip it because I cut myself. Okay. All right, so then what you're gonna do, I'm gonna move this over here. You're gonna take your sheet, and you don't need to spray it or anything because this is pretty well oiled, so you don't want to drown your tortilla in oil. Just gonna lay it down. You want it in a single layer, otherwise they're not gonna get crispy. So just like so. You probably might need 2 baking sheets for this, depending on the size of your baking sheet, also how many wraps you're gonna use. I like to make extra so that they last me a little bit longer. So, okay. Put this here. Let me just wash my hands really quickly because they're full of oil, so I don't want to touch the mixture. Okay, so then what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your mixture that you have in here, and you're just gonna sprinkle it on, just like so. Doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to get a nice taste in every single bite. Oh, it smells so good. If I had to choose one spice for the rest of my life, it would be chili powder, because it's delicious. And it's like, can you smell salt? I don't think so. Chili powder, you can smell. All right, so you're gonna put this into your preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Just make sure you keep an eye on them, just to make sure that they're getting golden brown, but not burnt. Okay, so maybe check them at like the 5 or 6 minute mark to make sure they're okay, but they should be all set in there for at least 8 minutes. Okay, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so my chips were in the oven for exactly 8 minutes, and then I noticed that they started kind of to curl up a little bit, so I took them out and I let them cool just for a few minutes, but I wanted to try them really quickly because they smell so delicious. I can't help myself, like my mouth is watering. All right, but I want to show you. So see, like you could still tell that they're crispy. Like they'll sit for a little bit longer and they'll get crispier, but they're still really warm, but they're nice and hard. You don't have to worry about them not being crunchy. Once they really cool down, they're going to be really crispy. So I actually made some guacamole earlier, so I'm going to try it with the guacamole. Oh. Can you hear the crispiness? Oh my gosh. Delicious. The spiciness and the herbs, it's like the best combination. I can't even explain it. Let me just finish this chip. And it's still crispy, so I don't feel like I'm substituting it for anything. Like I don't feel like I'm missing out on that fried taste. Oh, so good. So go to www.thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this written recipe and so many others, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.